Living in Rawai Beach, Phuket's hidden gem.
We took an inexpensive flight on Asia Air to Phuket. I could feel the vibe change from urban to island, and man, we liked it.
Yeah, I think we were really looking forward to a change, and this fit the bill.
We spent one night in Old Town at the Auburn Hotel, this precious little boutique hotel that just cost $40 a night. It was really nice. The next morning, we left for our Airbnb on the southern coast of Rawai Fishing Village.
Yeah, that's where fishing boats are on the Andaman Sea. We checked into the Airbnb and were pleasantly surprised by the quality of the accommodations. After some American-style food, a grocery run to stock up the kitchen, we rewarded ourselves with a couple of $8 massages.
That was nice. I was good with the world, and we could tell that Phuket was fast becoming one of our favorite places. We're Kirk and Francelle, a retired couple traveling the world full time. This is Life on Vaca. It's been really an eye-opening experience. As you can see behind us is still a very busy beach road. All this behind us is lined with restaurants and grocery stores and ATMs, everything you might need. Our condo, our Airbnb that we rented for a few weeks, is a little bit in the back, and it's overlooking a authentic Thai neighborhood. And so we really enjoyed getting to see the real life side of Thailand.
Yeah, it's quite eye-opening. It's very un-Western-like. But you know, the Thai people have a very blissful spirit about themselves. They seem to be happy and content, and you know, tourism is big business here. It's all about tourism.
We spent several days around the pool following I took a little spill in Old Phuket. I mean, from 8 in the morning to 8 at night, the pool is open, and there's always someone out there sweeping up the flowers and leaves as they drop into the pool.
It's a very manual culture, but it's a sweet kind of reminiscent of a time gone by.
One of the best nightlife places is actually the Tops Market, the grocery store. They have these little fountains, well, a lot of cities do, and all the kids are running around getting their last water sport before bedtime. I'm telling you, it is very busy. We walked down here to catch a longboat to one of the neighboring islands.
Coral Island. It promises some really cool undersea life that we're going to snorkel, and also some really nice beaches.
It's an interesting experience. We had to negotiate our price, and of course we asked the price last night when, you know, business wasn't good, but the morning is always hopeful, and so, you know, the prices are higher. So we got a sandwich packed and a water, and we're waiting on the tide, I think. Some of the piers are made out of ice chest and cement sacks, but
So the tide goes out every evening and then comes back in the morning, but it's around 10 o'clock and it's still not high enough to get out. You see some of the boats here that are floating, but there's still a lot of sand I see here. And depending upon which one of these boats we are leaving on, I guess depends on, you know, when we'll be able to get out.
oh, looks like our boat's in.
Let's go over here, babe. Are we leaving from the dock? So I think we're gonna have to walk out into the water to get to this boat here.
Good thing I brought my water shoes.
So there's rocks here and sand. and other life creatures.
Obstacles.
And we are heading towards that boat.
Whew. It's refreshing.
Jellyfish.
Big old jellyfish. Always an adventure here at Life on Vaca.
So this is our long tail boat.
I'm nursing an ankle and knee injury, so I'm going real slow and real careful.
This is our captain, and he's going to drop us off at the island and pick us up at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
And Baba, after you can sit over there because the sea high tide, yeah, I can take.
Okay.
The sea low tide, yeah.
I have us sitting on the bow of the boat to distribute the weight toward the front so we can get out of the shallow area.
All of the motors on these boats have these very long tail propellers here. So they're only in the water a few inches. And they're not like traditional motors that I'm used to. But you can see why they're popular here because of the fact that this tide is such a huge variant where it's tides in versus tides out. It could be a huge depth difference here. And it's a beautiful sunny day today without any chance of rain. So I'm expecting wonderful weather throughout the day and no rough seas.
Although I do see some waves out there, Kirk. There are white caps once the shallow passes.
White caps?
Yeah, I'm not sure how long this boat ride is, but hopefully it's gentle. That's what I like, although Captain looks a little stressed.
This is just like every day for him.
He's using the motor. It's gonna get noisy.
Chết là leo đây. Chết là leo.
The Airbnb we're staying at here in Phuket on Rawai Beach has been one of the best we've had on the trip. It's modern, clean, the AC works so good, the kitchen is nice, the bathroom is modern. It's just been a pleasure. It's a nice place to kick back and kind of recover from our first week in Bangkok. That week was a little bit challenging for us. It's much nicer to live on the coast when you're in Thailand, that's for sure. I was so pleased to get here to Thailand, and there's a little bit of litter, but man, it's just so much cleaner. The beaches and the shores have been delightfully free from trash and litter, which is not the case in all countries. You can tell the color of the water has become more turquoise. We're headed toward the islands. It is really one of our best experiences here in Thailand so far. We had our camera out for a little while there.
Yeah, but the seas were a little rougher than we thought, and things got a little wet. The sea splashed up into the boat where we were sitting and kind of got us completely wet. So I had to pick up stuff, and that was kind of an unexpected turn because the sea looked pretty calm when we first got started.
I could see the white caps, but it was that beautiful sunny day that tricked you.
Yeah, it sure did.
About 6 hours on that excursion, just people watching. This was one of the first beach experiences that we had had in Phuket over there on Coral Island, because Rawai, although a fishing village, that's really not a place where you get in the water. It's not a beach that you interact with as a, laying out with an umbrella on a chair. So to do that, you have to go to some other places. It's been a great day.
It sure has. This is a really easy excursion off of the mainland of Phuket Island, and it is beautiful waters, beautiful beaches, and beautiful people. All the things we love.
There's a little toucan bird that is like the mascot of the place, and he's been flying over our head all day. It's pretty crowded here, but everybody keeps to themselves and everybody's having a pleasant time. A nice mix of age groups and nationalities, some kids and families, and then some people in their 60s.
Yeah, and it's really a Polynesian vibe here. The architecture is centered around the hornsbill and has some really cool features that remind you that you're on an island. And, it's a really nice escape from the mainland.
Life on Vaca, Phuket.
Everything we needed to live was comfortably within a 5 to 10 minute walk. Groceries, including fresh caught seafood.
Numerous beachside restaurants, the boat tours, the tuk-tuk rides. It was all right there.
Yeah, there's the main road that's right adjacent to the beach, and you can walk to many of these locations, and we did. One evening, we unwound in a little open-air pub, sipping beer overlooking the long-tail boats. Remember that?
Oh yeah, in the shallow water. My favorite part was those cushions. The tables were kind of really low to the floor, like a coffee table, and so you could just like sit back, kick back and relax. It's a good mix of tourism, a lot of families, seem to be a lot of Europeans and a lot of Thai people. There's a good selection of restaurants and coffee shops. If you're in the mood for American breakfast or Western style steak and potatoes, that's available. If you like authentic Thai food, that was plentiful. And also, if you need a little cannabis pick-me-up.
Yeah. Rawai has a lot of seafood that comes right out of the sea, and you can see it in the open-air markets. There's lobster and all kinds of squid and octopus and other things people eat as well.
We discovered a quaint little cafe carved out of a tropical jungle just off Yanui Beach, and the setting was like something out of a movie set. Just finished my breakfast, which was a shrimp quesadilla at Yanui Beach restaurant right across the street from this lovely sea that we're going to go down and explore. Got out pretty early. It's lovely here. It's a five-star restaurant, and one of the things I will say is that the ingredients in my quesadilla were recognizable and fresh, like chopped this morning. Tri-colored peppers, onion, and the shrimp were about that big. There was 3 or 4 of them. So good.
Unui Beach is relatively small, and because of its stunning views and the landscape, it's very populated.
It was very crowded. I would say liken it to, like Waikiki Beach in Honolulu. Swimming, snorkeling, there's boat rentals and kayaks.
We found a small place to carve out of our beach so we could lay our towel down for a little while and enjoy some of the shade that was there. We enjoyed getting in the water and cooling off. It was quite a hot day, and it was really refreshing to get into the calm waters there.
The water was beautiful. The setting was beautiful. But I guess it was a little too small to spend the day. But it was made for a nice outing. We had heard so much about Vaca Beach and Coron Beach from other YouTubers. These are very, very popular areas with Western tourists, so we had to see what all the fuss was about. So again, we hired a car and drove up to Vaca Beach.
Now this beach it has a wide, expansive area to lay out and to enjoy the water sports there, or volleyball, or just throwing a frisbee. And it's a very long beach as well.
Yeah, it goes for miles, so it's real conducive for long beach walks. And it's a lot like what we're used to in Florida or somewhere like that, where there's umbrellas and chairs for rent all along the coast. Each little vendor has their chairs, and they're not interchangeable. We learned that.
Now, you have to buy the right chair from the right vendor if you want to sit in the exact spot you want to be in.
Yeah.
But the blue, pristine waters were calm there, and just a lovely setting for the afternoon.
We saw what all the fuss was about. It was very, very populated with restaurants, catering to tourists, and shops.
This was a bigger tourist town, so there were, thousands of people that stayed there and walked to the beach and utilized all of the services around the beach.
And it really put an exclamation point on our choice of Rawai Beach, because Vaca and Coron, as we toured those places, and it was great for a day trip. But what we realized after visiting is that where we were staying was so much more authentic. Rawai Beach, they have a rhythm to their life, and it's a simpler life, but it was nice all in all to see the way people lived. And they were just as kind as could be. Everyone we met was kind and helpful.
I really enjoyed getting to know the Thai people.
I know you went on a couple of excursions, and one of the most famous is the Prom Thep Cave, where the lighthouse was.
So the lighthouse is the southernmost point. I hiked there in the late afternoon and claimed a spot on the cliff near the lookout. I was searching for a sunset, another one to add to Francelle's collection. The day's heat had subsided, so a nice refreshing breeze kept us really comfortable. The warm sunlight transformed the light blue sky into a deep orange, turning the sea golden with shimmering highlights. Sitting there quietly, a feeling of gratefulness and washed over me. We both knew how truly blessed we were to have this experience and the wonder of Phuket and its beautiful and unique culture.
We're live on Vaca, a 60-something couple who downsized our big American lifestyle to travel the world full-time and live our dreams. Please support us by subscribing, liking, and sharing our channel.